Next time on Long Distance Dungeons & Dragons Dinner Theater. Most of our adventurers entered the fire district of Kiswahili and got involved in local politics in an effort to open one of the planar portals. Ramses Vortiga used his mythic abilities to clean poop out of the water party pool to get back in their good graces. And he, Cersei, Pleek, and Viva played diplomat with the other party leaders to try and restore their fire party's vote. Meanwhile, Alec and Harlock drank in the Earth District and discovered several bounties for creatures from the Earth Elemental Plane before meeting with Pete Moss and heading to the Paralemental Circle to reunite with their friends. And now, Long Distance Dungeons & Dragons Dinner Theater continues.
Cersei, meanwhile, is going to the air party, I believe.
Going to Aries Smoke.
Yep. The air house is when you enter it, it's very different than the firehouse. It's very different from any place you've seen before. The structures seem to be like thin rice paper-like structures that float above the ground. And to enter the district or the house, you actually have to climb a ladder. All their buildings seem to be like off of the ground. So you climb a ladder, which I assume you can do well enough. I won't make you even roll for that. I assume you can climb a ladder.
What if I want to come out with a bang here?
Yeah.
I'm just going to cast Fly on myself.
Alright.
I got 6 minutes to hover around.
Alright, so you hover around. So you fly up to one of these small, rice-thin, paper-like structures. And even the floor seems to be made of the same paper, so everyone seems to be walking very lightly or hovering themselves. The floors seem like you'd be able to break through them if you weren't floating. So you may want to be very careful once your fly wears off. It seems to be a place full of meditation. A lot of people are levitating or sharing a smoke. There's a constant murmur of quiet conversation. Because the walls are paper thin, you feel like you can hear conversations in other nearby structures. So, I mean, it seems like this is the kind of place where it'd be hard to keep a secret. You notice up here that they have a Philosopher's Academy. They have an air arena, which is actually an open-air battle arena with no floors, no walls, no ceiling. This is a place that you fly around and fight. They have what they call their Skyward Cathedral, which is their open-air temple, which includes an observatory. They have an air distillery, which is where they actually take pure air and somehow distill alcohol out of it. And that's what they sell here. And their air bar, which is something else you see. Besides the air bar, you also see houses, a small inn, and they have some shops that they call the Sky Mall.
Okay. Well, I'm going to ask to be taken to Aerie, unless I'm already...
You were following Barry back here. And Barry will take you to the Skyward Cathedral, which is an open-air temple with an observatory. And so there are walls, but there's no ceiling, and it's just rice walls, rice paper floor. So you're flying right now, so it's fine, but you're just hanging out in this air cathedral.
Okay.
And there are several other philosopher types meditating nearby, hovering above the ground.
All right, I'd like to ask Eric if he'd like to join me for a drink, and I'm going to pull out my pipe and a bag of weed. I got a whole bunch of different kinds of weeds.
All right.
And I'm going to invite him to join me for a smoke.
Yeah, he's a dwarf. He likes drinking and smoking. So he seems to be dressed in feathers, really flashy looking. Definitely the kind of dwarf that you would hang out with. It's got a cloudy white beard, but it's got feathers woven into it. So it's got like a beard with feathers in it. He seems stoned already. Whenever you pull out the pipe, he already seems kind of stoned and lost some thought, and was like, yeah. So yeah.
I'm going to see if he wants to hit my diplomacy weed. We're going to sit around and have a diplomatic conversation.
All right. He definitely will smoke your diplomacy with you and have this diplomatic conversation.
We both get +5 to charisma.
All right. How much time do you have left on your fly, though?
That's 6 minutes.
All right. So you got about a 5-minute conversation here before you fall through the floor of this place.
Okay. Well, it's already been introduced as Cersei.
Yeah. He says, it's a pleasure to meet you. He says, I know you're with the fire party, but I value the thoughts of all people, and I'm open to all. He seems like a very chill, relaxed. He seems like he's already open to whatever you're going to say.
All right, well, I'm going to say that, the fire party wishes to make amends for what occurred. And as you know, flame cannot exist without air.
He says, yeah, we've always had great relations with the fire party. Me and Holmes go way back. I used to smoke, back in college before I joined the party. He's a cool guy. I'm down, man. He's like, really, we know they're not going to be able to open the fire party, and Holmes is my man. If you just, just say, hey, man, what's up? Maybe, throw your vote towards the air party. It's like, man, I'd love to open. We can maybe do some kind of. They got a bunch of elementals. Maybe we can get our air elementals together and we can do like a thing. I don't know. Just spitballing here, man. So if you just like maybe just toss that information his way, well, I'll consider it. I think he deserves a vote. I'm open to that idea.
Okay. I'll say I'll do what I can. I can't promise that it'll the portal will be swayed your way, but we can.
Yeah, just like if you could just ask him. You seem like a very charismatic, diplomatic person. I'm sure that your sway goes a long way. If you just convince him to do that for me, we'll be in your debt, and we'll definitely vote you guys back in if you feel like you can maybe help us out.
All right. I'm gonna fly on out back towards the fire.
Quick conversation. You go back to the firehouse. On the way out, you receive Alec and Harlock's communication. They're heading to the Paralimental Circle. I don't know who else was on that broadband besides you, but that was the open one. That was the open channel.
That's the big one.
Everyone but me, I guess.
Everyone but Pleek, but I assume
11.
Pleek made it back to the firehouse at the same time as someone else did, and you could all travel together.
Everyone's heading back to the center of town.
I think that's...
Yeah, most of you headed back to the fire party. Someone met back up with Pleek. Let's say Viva got done first, or someone. So, Pleek found you, and then you got the message.
You don't have a bracer, do you?
I don't have a bracer.
Oh,
so you're gonna wait for me to come back, and then I will.
All right, so Cersei will return and get the two of you.
Cool.
I need to roll a perception check though, real quick.
Okay, roll it. Roll it.
I wouldn't know to roll that perception check.
Well, you're always perceptive, so it could be roll it. Like, maybe you notice. So yeah.
Oh, it was natural 20 then.
Really? So you will notice that Pleek is wearing less rings than before.
Pleek, where's that pretty ring I gave you?
I had to use it to bribe Pete Moss to get him to vote in favor of reinstating the fire party.
That's about it. 18.
Yeah, that seems to be accurate. I mean, you could probably assume that she probably also wanted to get rid of it, but it seems like she's telling the truth about that's what happened to the ring.
So you're re-gifting?
Yeah. Pleek re-gifted.
No, I gave that to you for a reason. It was the thing that was keeping the trust built between us. Now I have no reason to trust you again.
But I used it to serve our end goal.
And I did tell you it was your property. I was like, that's in your bag now.
You did give her the ring.
Those words came out of my mouth.
You gave her the fruitcake. It became her fruitcake. If she re-gifts it, that's her business.
Exactly.
Alright,
She doesn't like fruitcake.
I'm gonna go along with it, but I'm gonna say, please step out of line. I will get you.
So you know that Cersei knows you're not wearing the ring, and that she's keeping an eye on you, basically.
Sure.
And she leads.
If you want.
Yeah. We believe you can do it.
Yeah.
If you want to roll it, I'm not gonna knock it. I like rolls, you know me.
Yeah, I like
rolls because there's always a chance you can roll a 1 or a 20, and then crazy things happen. So
I will just
that's why even skills you're awesome at. I like rolls.
I got a 19 on Intimidate.
So that's pretty intimidating. You think Cersei's being serious when she says she will end you?
Fair enough. I will assume you have readied Hex Misfortune at all times.
All right, you guys head towards the Paralimental Circle. Roll me a perception check once you get there to meet up with the rest of your friends, but I'm sure at least one of you will roll high enough to recognize someone. That's the beauty of being in a big group. Yeah, that's the beauty of being in a big group. Someone will see you.
20 unnatural.
Oh.
Yeah. 20.
Yeah. You guys see each other.
I got 16.
Well, you're with everyone else, so they'll find you. Don't worry. They see you. So at this point, everyone rolled high enough to find each other. You all rejoin. You will notice Viva's new tattoo.
I like it.
Yeah, big fire tattoo. It's kind of dope looking. Yeah, you guys have joined together in the Paralimental Circle where people are still debating and fighting and etc. Preparing for tonight's vote on whether or not to allow the fire party to have a vote.
Alright, so we're going to fill each other in on how each person wants us to get them to sway the vote in their favor, of course.
Yeah.
That makes sense. The air guy seemed pretty chill. Like, he wouldn't be, he wasn't be upset if his portal didn't open, but he would like as everyone else does. Yeah. I like the balance of bringing in maybe water after a fire portal is just opened. Kind of evens things out a little bit, maybe.
And they did get pretty wronged recently.
Yeah, and we did do it. But there's also the fact that we have to get back on the council first to vote. But to get, we have to figure out how we can get that vote back. Because all of groups we went to said they want us to vote for
for
them.
their portal, but we have to get the order to vote
Yeah.
first. So
Yeah.
they already have planned to give us the vote.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They vote every night. They open it every night, right?
So as long
They
as
vote
it's
once a
not-
night on
so
something.
We just have to keep it with the diplomats just kind of pandering to the side of their own and let them think that they're going to get the vote, and when the vote
Yep.
comes around,
That's gonna
Before the vote tonight, you guys will have a group meeting with all the leaders before the vote, a discussion.
I think that's the only way, though.
Who's got bluff checks? We're gonna have to be like, oh yeah, fire group's totally gonna vote your way.
I mean, all four of you are going to be there with your with the people that you met with. You can bring your other friends with you if you like, but the four of you that met with the leaders are going to be there to help bridge the gap of communication and stuff. You guys are going to be there to help moderate.
Sure.
So
But you're with flyers.
let me know when you guys are ready to go moderate.
Because you're just going to basically be a consigliere to Holmes. Like, you're just going to be standing right there like, yeah, bro, I like that decision. All right.
So let's go ahead and nix. We're gonna have to talk to Holmes and be like, hey, we want you to vote for this group, and hopefully he'll do it since we're getting him his vote back. Period. We can probably count on him to do what we want, right? So then we just got to decide which portal we want to open. Which people do we lie to? Which people do we tell the truth?
I think it should be Earth.
Earth.
Yeah.
I like that.
Well, I think...
Well, you gotta have that balance.
And they do have that. The mission.
They would probably inform you on that now that you guys are all together. They're like, well, if we open this Earth portal door, I can go catch one of these things and we can make a bunch of money.
Well, we can get them all. Let's go crazy.
Plus experience. Yeah. While you're there. I mean, until you find a way off the Earth portal, Earth plane, you might as well do something.
Logically, yeah, it would be Earth because that would be the only thing for us to gain. Like, if we're just going off of pure party alignment, then it would probably be air because that's the closest thing to fire, where it would be, stick with your ally type thing.
Yeah,
Sure.
and Barry did say that him and Holmes were old friends, so
Yeah.
they've got a rapport.
And they can't open another portal for, what you said, 50 years?
Usually it's about 50 years. I mean, they can, but they usually vote not to because it's dangerous, and the way that the law works is that about every 50 years they consider it, really. They seriously consider it.
All right, let's go for a three-way vote on Stone. I'll try to diplomacy Barry. Okay. I'll try to diplomacy him, and I'll be like, didn't work out this time. Maybe next round we can get you an air party portal. But if you wouldn't mind voting towards the Earth side, we can hop to that portal.
So you meet with him right before the meeting. Or you guys go to the Pyramid Circle.
With our respective guys.
Yeah. You guys are just getting ready to sit around the table, and they've actually set up a table in the center of the arena where they usually fight, and that's where they're going to have this moderation. So you guys are just prepping right before the moderation. You're about to walk out, and there's going to be a crowd there to watch this moderated debate, a discussion about whether to allow Fire Party to have a vote, and then after it's discussed, they will have a vote. So a lot of the people from all the parties have showed up. The Parliamentary Circle is pretty crowded. It's full of people from all four parties, and they actually are sitting in four different sections around you guys, kind of congregated around people that are of the same party as them. Anyone else meet with their guy before the meeting?
Yeah.
We're not going to be at the actual table with them, though. We're going to be...
Not yet. Yeah. Right now you're meeting off the Parliamentary Circle in like a private room, just preparing
All right.
to go out there. This is a pretty big event. You guys are just in the green room, basically. Each in separate green rooms.
Just like Will did until Kim Nichols that I'm still pushing for your party, trying to get the vote across and everything, but it's not looking good at this time in just the democratic system. As you know, a lot of people have a say, and a lot more people are feeling for a different party than the Water Party. I can't say that's my feeling, but I'm going to continue to try and campaign on your behalf in the Fire Party, but I would really appreciate your vote still to get us back on the council so that one day in, the next portal opening, potentially we can get your vote and get a water portal opened, and I think that would bring better balance, fire and water.
She doesn't like it. She says she'll consider it, but she reserves the right to change her mind. You can roll diplomacy. Yeah, roll it.
That's still going to be a 15.
She said here's what you're saying, but she does reserve the right. She's a woman. She reserves the right to change her mind. So,
I truly understand and respect your position.
all right. All right.
So I
You
got-
guys are prepped?
Yeah, so I got Holmes. So basically it's going to be like, look, dude, if we get our vote back, that's going to be one thing or another. I'll definitely explain how we feel underappreciated and that we are misunderstood. I'll let everybody know about that. But when it comes down to it, you're going to have to give your vote to your portal. Nothing against it, but we fucked up last time.
Yeah, he knows that even if they let him vote, it's not going to be a fire portal. He knows his vote's going to go somewhere else.
So I'm saying, let's look it up with the Earth guys for a little bit, you know?
This Earth Party? Why the Earth Party?
Let's show Pete Moss that we can be understanding, that we're not dangerous, that we're civilized.
That stubborn old man, he's the worst. He's my least favorite leader of all the three leaders.
Let's prove him wrong.
All right, roll me a diplomacy check to prove him wrong. All right. He agrees that politics is a game sometimes, and sometimes you have to, vote against your best interest to get your best interest. So he'll say, I never really vote for the Earth Party. This would be a good way to show that I'm not closed-minded, and that this is the way to prove that the Fire Party and the Earth Party can work together or whatever.
See, that's the ticket.
All right, so he agrees to vote for the Earth Party if he gets his vote back.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so I'll trot up to Pete and I'll say, "Hey, Pete, you old so-and-so, I've got some good news for you. I'm still working on the progressive issue, but we have gotten a consensus from the Fire Party that they will swing their vote for an Earth portal."
What? He's very surprised. He never expected that from the Fire Party. Usually they're hotheads and they don't usually like the Earth Party, and this is maybe a sign of the times to come of a big change in Kiswahili. Who knew that the Fire, all it would take was a dangerous portal opening and a giant poop pool to bridge the gap between two political parties. He's excited about the prospect of opening an Earth plane portal.
Okay.
You guys ready for your meeting?
Yeah.
All right, so
Yeah.
you guys have all prepped. It's time for the debate to begin. You guys, as moderators, will be able to come out first. You will sit at a table across from the other four parties. You'll each be able to ask 5 questions of all 4 of them, trying to convince them to get Fire Party to vote. So we take you there now, live in front of an audience. The four of you are marched out first and sat down at a table and introduced by an announcer. It says that, they've worked with, these are members of the Fire Party that have worked very hard to bridge the gaps, and some people still boo you because you're Fire Party members, and people saying they don't trust you and stuff like that. Well, the announcer says, no, it seems like a good faith effort, and we believe in democracy here, and that maybe the Fire Party should be allowed to vote, so let them hear, let them argue their case. People seem to agree with the idea of letting you argue your case. That's something they believe in here. So you guys are seated first, and the 4 party members are walked in. As each one walks in, a different quadrant of the crowd will stand up and cheer, and the other quadrants will boo or hiss. Per usual political discourse. So yeah, they all arrive and they're seated, and they will go in a row. Past all 4 of you, 1 question each, 5 times. You can decide whatever order you guys are sitting in. I don't care. 1 question each, directed to either to one candidate, to one particular leader each. They may answer the question any way they choose, and then move on from there. When all the questions are done, it'll be considered by everyone in the room, and everyone in the room will vote.
Okay. Should we talk to each one of the people that we're ambassadors for, I assume?
Yeah,
Sure.
Yeah.
Sure.
Talk to them until you talk to any of them. But yeah, if you feel like you have more better questions to ask those people, that's probably a better idea.
And I guess maybe sitting across from us.
Yeah, you're at 2 different tables with facing each other.
Yeah. Who wants to go first?
All right. I guess I'll start off talking to Barry.
All right, Cersei gets the first question. To Barry Smoke.
Let's see. Is it true that you and Holmes were friends in the past?
Yeah, man, totally. Everyone knows that. We go way back. But before either of us joined political parties, in our youth, we actually were both political dissidents and refused to join a party. And only in our old age, like, did we decide to, like, choose a party, man. Go after Planner's junk or whatever. I'm kind of stoned. This party's party cheers. Everyone in the Earth party's like, yeah, or air party cheers.
Awesome. Air party. Very stoked. I'll ask him a question.
All right.
Like, since everyone knows of your friendship with Holmes Burns, would you say that he is dangerous or uncivilized? Yes.
No, man, no. Holmes is cool. Like, maybe he's, like, a little religious or whatever, and maybe a little brash to make, quick decisions sometimes. A little foolhardy or whatever, but he's a good guy. I definitely don't think he meant any harm opening the... I mean, we all want to open portals, man. He's just doing his thing. Like, if you really put yourself in his shoes, like, I would open a portal if I had, like, some kind of way to just do it without voting on it, man. But, like, we do have a system of rules and stuff here. I get that, but, like, forgive and forget, like, everyone makes mistakes.
Yes. Thank you, Mr. Smith.
All right, who's next?
I'll ask a question to Kim Nichols. So, is Kim married? I don't know.
Probably not.
Yeah. Miss Nichols, is it true that a member of the fire party came and helped you clean the destruction that was brought upon your pool? And
like, is this like a two-part question? Because like everyone else got like one-part questions. I don't know why like I have to have a two-part question. I feel like you're attacking me, and I don't like it when I'm being attacked by the moderators.
oh, God. I will say yes.
Rephrase the question.
Do you think it was nice of the fire party to help you clean your pool?
Like, sure, like, whatever, but, like, if you take a shit in the pool, like, then maybe you should be the one that does clean it up. And I, like, do think the fire party was, like, responsible, so... They kind of, needed...
You're done.
Wait your next turn. I feel like I'm being attacked again.
Okay.
This whole thing's a farce.
Alright, please.
I will ask a question
Who are you,
to...
Carly Fiorina? Don't come me with that nonsense. Like, I got Donald Trump of the fucking water party at me. It really bothers me.
Okay, so I will ask my question to Holmes Burns, and I'll say, if the other parties vote to reinstate your voting status for the fire party, would you seek a fire portal to be opened in the next voting session?
He's like, well, I would love to, but I'm pretty sure even if my vote was allowed, that my sanction to allow us to open a portal would probably still be in effect. I assume that would be part of that's still our punishment. I'm just asking for the right to vote, even though I know we probably won't get to vote open our own portal.
I will ask Pete Moss of the Earth Party. It has been said that by old Barry over there that Holmes is known to be very religious. Would you consider yourself religious as well?
Who is this to?
To Pete Moss.
Yeah, Pete would consider himself religious to a degree. He says, I run the Earth Temple. I was religious as most Earth guys go. I like being close to the Earth.
Alright, I'm trying to bridge the gap, get them on page with being religious.
Yeah. You did. He realizes, I guess I'm kind of religious too.
Steve? I guess I'll direct my question to, I guess I'll also ask Mr. Pete Moss. It's been heard that you think that we have the fire party, especially Mr. Burns included, are that we are, you know, we jump the gun, we're hotheads. You know, we don't think things out. And that you relate our fervor with fanaticism, zealotry. Things that are not exactly true. Could you say that it's just that we almost are just too fervent? We don't want to push our beliefs on anyone else, but we just want to do what we want. Isn't that the same thing that you want to do? Don't you want to learn about your plane?
This is yeah, I guess that's true. Everyone serves their own ends and wants what they want, and I understand that Holmes wanted to open a fire plane, but it still stands that he opened it without permission. It doesn't matter if you can't always get what you want. We have rules for a reason, and opening that portal to the fire plane was very dangerous, especially with all that poop in the pool. There could have been a very large methane explosion. What if that had happened?
Is it my turn now?
Yep.
Okay. I mean, I've got to ask him, what's your evidence that the fire clan pooped your pool?
Says, well, it happened right before that portal opened, so I just assume they're both connected.
Assuming makes an ass out of you.
Oh, God. I have 2 questions.
I feel like I'm being attacked again. I really don't like this moderator.
That was my question. I don't get 2 questions.
Okay.
I fucking hate
I'm going to ask Barry Smoke if he. Do you think it was fair for the fire party to lose their voting status, even with sanctions barring them from opening a portal having been brought down upon them?
I don't know, Mick. Maybe we were being a little brash. Like, that seems a little harsh, right? Everyone deserves the right to vote. Like, we're already taking away their ability to vote for what they want. So we're already taking away most of their power. Yeah, like, maybe we're the hotheads, right? I see what you're saying, dog.
Thank you.
Hey, man, you got any weed?
Yeah, you do.
Be a lot cooler if you did. All right.
All right. I can bust out the diplomacy weed again.
Round three.
Yeah, round 3. I might be bullshitting this. I don't know. I'm asking a question because I don't know. I'm going to address Holmes, and I'll say, Mr. Holmes, would it be fair to say that when this fire portal was opened, the majority of the damage was done to the fire district?
Yeah, that's definitely true. All the fire elementals were contained within our district. None of them escaped. Had any gotten into the water district, maybe there could have been some sort of explosion. But like, I didn't fill the pool with poop. I don't even know how to go about doing something like that. He's like, but sure, someone opened the portal. He's like, I don't know who. Someone within my party did it. He's like, it wasn't me. It wasn't a representative of my whole party. He's like, there was one loose gun, one fanatic, one true believer opened a portal on his own. And sure, we all reaped the rewards, but we contained those elementals. We caught them all within the fire district. All the fire damage they did was contained to our district. And we did our best to contain them when it happened.
Going for the sympathy vote.
Alright, so I guess I'll direct my question to Kimmy Nichols. Lady. So, even though you don't have any real empirical evidence that the fire party put the poop in your pool, you just immediately assumed it was the fire party, and I'm going to assume that you voted to have them sanctioned.
Like, of course I did. They're like total a-holes.
Would you care to elaborate, Ms. Nichols?
No. That's 2 questions. I feel like I'm being attacked.
That's not me, I'm done.
I would ask Saunders Holmes something, because I'm over here. I just want some love on the council.
Alright.
So Holmes Burns, Anders Holmes. Yeah, I have my workaholics. Anders Holmes Burns. So Holmes, has this lack of vote caused any, disruption in the day-to-day life of the fire clan? I mean, I'm sure it's brought about some bad repercussions in the local community and everything. Could you expound on some of these issues?
Says, yeah, my constituents feel like their voices aren't being heard. For the past several weeks, we've been shut out of voting, and we haven't got a vote on a single issue. And all it's doing is, if you thought we were fanatics before, he says all this is doing is driving my people to extremism. You saw what happened. They wanted to open a fire portal, and they did. He's like, if you don't let us vote, something like that will probably just happen again.
Thank you very much, Mr. Holmes. Birds.
I will direct my question to Kim Mickles. Say first off, Ms. Mickles, I would like to apologize for the moderators if you feel that this question session has been a little too abrasive. I would just like to know if you discovered that another party's vote was being influenced by bribery, would that change your opinion on that clan's right to vote?
Roll me a diplomacy.
You can honestly ask him.
26.
Like, of course, like, accepting a bribe is, like, totally wrong. Like, you should vote for, like, what your party believes in, not because you're getting a bribe. Like, if any party accepts a bribe, then they should be, like, shut out of voting, too. Duh.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you for being so polite and not a jerk like all those other moderators. I like your shoes.
Thank you.
They levitate. They levitate? That is so... Where did you get those? Those are so dope. Send me the details later. Text me. Alright, round 4, right?
Yeah, round
Alright.
4. Alright. Alright, I'm going to talk to Kim Mickles. And I want to roll a diplomacy with her as well and apologize for some of the brashness of our questioning, but we are just trying to see that justice is being served and equality and the democratic process is able to carry forth. Then I want to ask her if she thinks Holmes Burns is sexy. That's going to be a 29.
Like, oh my god, I'm so embarrassed. Like, how she blushes. How dare you ask that question? Like, oh my god, like, shut up.
I think he looks good.
That's like your opinion or like whatever. I don't care.
Get some girl talk going here. I wanted you to.
I like your shoes too.
Alright. Well, after that display, I will direct my question to...
Jeremy's the only man on this council.
Oh, yeah.
It's true.
I guess I'll direct my question to Mr. Holmes Burns once more. Do you feel that after being sanctioned and taking responsibility for your actions, you're willing to be a more pliable party leader to the other parties in town?
It's like, look, I'm very dedicated to the beliefs of the fire party, and I do stay dedicated to opening a portal for my people, and this party cheers. He's like, but this is a 4-party system, and I realize we all need to work together, and maybe in the past I've been a little hot-headed and not willing to work with other parties, but if being sanctioned has taught us anything, we really do value the right to vote, and we are willing to cross the aisle if it means that we can participate in the process.
Okay. I will talk to Mr. Pete Moss. Mr. Moss, if a Earth portal was the one that happened to be open, because as you know, if Fire Portal gets a vote back, we're most likely going to vote for someone other than ourselves. So that could be the swaying vote. And, if we did get our vote back and perhaps voted for you, what would that entail if an Earth portal was open? What would be the benefits and, gains for the community as a whole?
He's like, well, I'm not going to sugarcoat it. Like, most parties, when they open a plane, it's for their district only. And it says, mine's no different, but I can say if we are able to open a plane to the Earth plane, there is a wealth of gems and minerals there. If we can come back with any resources for the city of Kishwaukee as exports to grow our city, we can do that. We can, unlike the other planes, we can at least come back with goods. So if you open our planet portal door, we promise to boost the economy of Kishwaukee.
I also will direct my question to Mr. Pete Moss, and I will ask simply, do you feel that the fire party should have their vote reinstated?
I'm very torn on the issue. And he says, I really would like to say no because I know we've had our differences in the past. But I feel that maybe now is a time for a change and maybe relations between us can be repaired. I see things going very differently from this point on. So I'm willing to consider allowing them their vote.
Thank you for your time.
Do we have any more questions we want to ask these guys? Can we turn over like our last question to them? They can ask us a question.
Yeah, let's do that.
All right. So you agree as the lead moderator to say that if you guys have any questions for us, since we're all from the fire party, and just to make sure the crowd knows that our motives are good, you can ask us anything you like. So first, Barry Smoke of the Air Party will ask you four on the panel. It says, what do you guys get out of this? What are you guys so interested in helping us bridge this gap for? I mean, you all seem to be a fire party. Is this just for the fire party's benefit?
When we all answer?
Yeah, you can all answer one at a time.
Okay, well, I'm going to say, of course, as a Samsaran, I strive for balance. I'm here just spreading the word of Urgathoa. And as a witch, I have great knowledge of planes. Well, moderate, +7. And
you're interested in studying the planes, at least you can say that, yeah.
Studying the portals and the planes, anything magical.
Alright, that's something they can sympathize with. Viva?
You're a nation of great pride, a town that's full of proud people, warriors on the battlefield and in politics. And in battle, there should be honor, and in politics, there should be as well. If it's not a fair fight for one, it's not fair for all. So, let this democracy be right.
Whoa, deep, Viva. I didn't expect Viva to say something so insightful.
Help
I thought Viva was going to be like,
Smash
smash?
democracy. Summon his sword and raise it in the air.
Vortiga?
I'll say, as the member of this council with the longest stay here that actually witnessed the original fire portal opening and everything, I truly would like to see balance achieved in the system of Kiswahili, and I think that's why it's so important for the balance to be maintained by everyone having their equal vote and continuing with the system as it has been for the thousands of years in a democratic process.
Democracy, alright. Crowd, cheers again.
As a planeswalker myself, I take great interest in the openings of portals to other planes, and I feel that it is a great injustice for a realm to be shut out entirely for one mistake.
All good points. So yeah, that went really well. Kim Mickles from the Water Party, though, it's her turn. She starts off by saying, I think you guys are totally biased, and I definitely think this council is a total sham, and I don't believe any of this is right. And she's like, I think something's going on here, and I don't trust any of this. And this little gnome, you said something about a bribe. So, like, what's up with that? Like, are there bribes? Like, what's going on? Like, I want to know what's really going on here. That's her question. Not a great question, I know.
But that's him for you.
Yep.
Not right.
Yeah.
I don't think I know anything about bribes, honestly.
Alright, so that's what you say?
Yeah, my dealings with Barry, Smoke, and the Air Party were swift and relaxed, and nothing was exchanged.
So you, like, didn't do any special favors, didn't, like, smoke him out or anything?
Just a pipe between friends. Nothing wrong with that.
Mm-hmm. And her party's like, yeah, get him, Kim. Get him, Kim.
Honestly.
Yeah.
Well, I guess I did, hanging out with Holmes Burns just to get his tattoo and he gave me a incendiary bomb. That was kind of tight. I mean, he gave me
So you accepted favors and gifts from a political party so that you would do what they want. Okay, thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you.
I'll smash your face in.
Roll me a will save.
I should have said that.
Yes! There's the other side of that.
What was it?
Before.
You leap out of your chair and grab your sword and head for Kim Mickles.
I cast Hope Person.
Alright, he gets a will save on that too.
Oh, God.
Okay, it's gotta be a 22.
Oh, that's a pretty... I am 14.
Alright. So yeah. So Vivo charges the Kim Mickles' sword out and stops right before coming down her head, sword over her head. Just... You can see he's like trying really hard to keep swinging that sword.
I'll put it down. I'll put it
No,
down.
you're not doing anything. You're frozen.
Yeah, you're frozen. You're enraged. You're being held, but you can tell you're fighting with all your might to break this hold. How long does the hold last?
I don't know. Certain number of rounds per level, I believe.
Yeah. Let me know, because that'll make this way more interesting.
Smash. Good help it, man. So fucking well said.
You did say the word smash, though.
1 round per level, so 6 rounds.
Alright, so that's 36 seconds of you holding Viva unless something else happens to stop her from smashing this lady's face in.
Yeah, subject is paralyzed and freezes in place. Alright. I'm gonna walk up. I'm just gonna give him a little shove so he just kind of falls over. I'm gonna be like, this shows you our dedication, Kim. I just saved your ass because this guy had a little Tourette's.
Alright, you stopped a political assassin. I like it.
He was not meaning anything. It was just the way that you brought out the rage into this barbarian.
It's the barbarian, yeah.
So, nothing
Like,
personal.
look, you can talk to me, and you can talk to Pleek, and you can talk to Vortiga like that, but don't talk to Viva like that. It's just not smart. Alright.
So, I'm just going to be like, he's going to stay there
See?
for a second.
And she's like, see the fire party at work? A bunch of hotheads. Can't even stay in their seat during a moderate debate.
Well, I just saved your life.
Yeah. You did, but she's a total bitch, so it doesn't matter.
It's my turn after that display.
Yeah.
And to your question, nothing is going on.
Bluff check.
I met with you. I talked to you openly. We had an honest, earnest conversation, and I thought it was very well.
Okay. You want to have an open and honest conversation? Did you or did you not promise that the fire party's vote would go to the air party if I voted to give them back their vote?
I said I would try, and I have tried. You can ask you can ask Holmes, and you can ask the rest of the council.
The crowd all gasped.
Did mention the entire voting process and said that I believe the water party would bring balance with the council, and I have pushed for your group as I told you I would. So I have kept up my end of the deal. I have been nothing but honest with you, and I think that this showing by you at this council is a true indicator of the sort of nonsense that has led to these sanctions against the fire party, and that there's not just hot-headedness to fire party, but hot-headedness all around.
Oh, roll me a diplomacy.
Well, I can't.
Roll me a diplomacy there, Vortiga.
Gold.
I'm kind of still stuck there.
Not for very long though.
And that is a 14 on diplomacy.
All right. So you think that went okay? Pleek, by the time you finish your question, Viva will be able to stand up. So.
Answering the question?
Yeah.
Okay. So I'll say that I was merely trying to bring to light the fact that the punishment brought down against the fire party was too harsh compared to the misdoings that are going on in all sectors of this town.
Do you have any proof of these misdoings?
We can look at your pool, for example. You are the leader of the water party, yet when there's defecation in your waters, you do nothing about it. Your stubbornness lets festering feces sit in the waters that you worship so dearly. What kind of leader does that?
All right. Roll me diplomacy on that.
That's a 26.
All right, so yeah, so the other parties besides the water party all erupt and like collapse and start calling their shit pool and stuff like that. That's her new nickname is shit pool. So yeah, so you guys have answered all your questions. It's now Earth Party. Pete Moss gets to ask a question. He decides to ask you guys where your true allegiances lie. Are they with the fire party, or where are your true allegiances?
I'll answer wherever my worship of Urgathoa and study of the magical arts takes me. That's my true loyalty.
All right, Viva.
I'm a traveling swordsman.
No, you stand up and swing your sword at Kim Michaels. What are you doing? You're still enraged. You don't get to talk. You stand up all of a sudden with your sword in hand.
Yeah, let's just do what Will said and make Viva go to sleep.
Are you gonna cast sleep? Roll me a will save, Viva.
It's a 7.
No.
Yeah. So you fall asleep. You go to swing at Kim Michaels, and then you just like fall back asleep.
Night.
Nicely done. All right. Now to Vortiga for Barry's question. Where do your true allegiances lie?
Okay. Well, my allegiances really, when I'm in Kiswahili, align with the fire party because that is who I truly have found camaraderie with, and I believe in protecting my friends and helping others. I do travel around the world, but I do come back to Kiswahili from time to time, and when I do, I always go to my fire party compatriots.
All right. So now we know where all of your true allegiances lie, Pleek.
I'll say that here in Kiswahili, my allegiance lies with the fire party and my compatriots, my fellow travelers.
All right. So this completes. I guess Holmes gets a question too. Holmes will ask you guys. Since we may be getting our vote back today, and the fire party may be voting, and you guys helped bring this about. I, as leader of the fire party, will go ahead and ask you, the faithful followers of the fire party that may help us get our vote back, to go ahead and say something to the rest of the fire party behind me, because there's a large crowd of them in that quadrant. And he says, if we do get our vote back, which party do you guys believe, outside of fire party, deserves to have their portal open?
All right. I'll start off, stand up, and address my fellow fire party members. Introductions have already been done. There's no reason for me to do that. I'm going to say that if the fire party is to receive their vote back, considering the dealings that we've had with each of the ranking members of each party, I feel that it would be most beneficial to all if the vote was given to the Earth portal. My reasoning behind that is polar opposite of, a difference than fire. I'd say, dirt's used to put out fire, and we're trying to put out the fire in everyone's hearts.
Metaphor, so, I like it.
For balance, I believe that Earth party would be most beneficial, and as a swamp witch, I like the Earth as well. I'd be interested in studying that kind of portal.
All right. Whoa, weird. You guys are like bridging party lines. Like, well, maybe I could maybe I just vote for the candidate I like best instead of just voting straight party. All right, Viva.
I'm still asleep.
Oh, that's right. You sleep. Vortiga. How long does that sleep last? Just until she wakes up? Is it natural sleep or is it magical sleep that lasts?
Magical sleep.
So does it wake up? Should wake up on her own or just after a period of time?
It's a certain amount of time. 1 minute per level, so 6 minutes.
All right, so you got 6 minutes, plenty of time to at least finish this debate.
I'm going to stand up and say, my fellow fire party members, or party, he said party.
Hey, fart party.
But
Fart
fellow
party.
party members. I believe that the water party would be the correct vote because it would bring back the balance that you've already had the extremity to the fire. Why not go, to the water now? I don't know which side fire and water would be on, right or left. I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm trying to contemplate.
To the left, to the right. I don't know.
What would Mitch McConnell?
I would assume fire, at least the way. In my mind, right is probably fire and left is probably water. Even
That's
though
what I was
Kim Nichols is an idiot.
But I just
But-
hate that Kim Nichols is the representative.
I know, me too. I do too. I made them all bad. Don't worry. I like to represent all political parties as assholes because they all are really. Let's be real. There's no good political party.
Yeah.
So
But,
there's just good people in political parties.
We had the one portal open from the extreme of one side. Why not do it to the extreme of the other side to bring about a little bit of moderate balance?
All right. So both of you guys proposing balance in two different ways. Pleek, what's your recommendation?
I say that if this moderation has shown us anything, it's that Barry Smoke cares only of good times and getting high, and Kim Nichols doesn't have the first clue as to what's going on. They're too irresponsible to be in charge of a portal. So, if not fire, then vote Earth.
Whoop, 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 whoop.
Oh yeah.
Bring Donald
Cheers.
Trump on that one. Yes.
All right. I'm sure Alec is in the audience, and so is Harlock, who are members of the Earth Party. So they're sitting in the Earth Party section at this point, cheering along. They like that idea. Like, hell yeah, guys. We know. They're like whispering to the guys next to them. We know those guys. Yeah. Like I just met them like a couple weeks ago. Yeah. So you guys are fanboys in the audience. So yeah, now it's come time. The debate's over. The leaders go back to their parties and mingle with in the seats in the crowd. You guys are welcome to go also over to the fire party, and they will empty out the ring and prepare for a vote.
Can I wake up now?
It's been about 6 minutes now. You can wake up, and your friends will have taken you back to the fire party section and put you in a seat. I need you to roll a will save. Excuse me. Roll a will save when you wake up.
Oh god, it's 3.
You still want to smash Kim Nichols, and you immediately look around for her.
I need to do a perception check.
Yeah.
It's gonna be like, excuse me, I gotta get out of the aisle.
Excuse me. Coming through.
That's 16.
Yeah, you don't see her, but you do see the water party aisle across the other side of the Paralimental Arena. And you know that's probably where she's at. And you're like, I still want to smash that bitch so bad.
Can I do a perception to see if I see Diva so I can try to do the command drop so this heinous insanity can stop?
Yeah, you can. You can see her wake up with a perception check.
Oh shit, that's only a 5.
In all the commotion, you don't notice Viva waking up. Viva wakes up while you're talking to some other fire party members. Alright.
Natural 20.
Alright, yeah. Cersei notices Viva waking up. Harlock and Alec are with you guys now, too, as well, so anyway, you can all do stuff. Yeah. Cersei notices,
Are we in, we're in separate sections?
Yeah. Well, you guys are kind of all well, yeah, because they're different parties.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's true.
Alright, I'll turn it to Channel 5, while trying to, I'll have to do like a strength check and a Channel 5, talk with,
Yeah, okay, so roll me a strength contest, Viva versus Cersei.
that'd be great.
Yep.
Oh, am I still in range?
Yeah.
Oh.
Oh no, it's not gonna go well.
Wait, can I?
You should throw it to 17.
Plus 4, that's with my weapon too, which is another times 2, so that's... Yeah, that's bad. That's like a plus
8.
You only get your weapon strength on attack.
Oh no, it's just strength plus 3, 4, so that's a plus 7.
Plus 7?
Yeah.
Alright.
Now,
So
You get 24.
Alright,
I think we surge this shit.
yeah, I'm probably gonna
I can just change. I can cast Baleful Polymorph and change him into a bunny rabbit. It was like
How long is that gonna last?
in a while.
Yeah.
Like
A month?
No, not a month.
Oh.
No. Oh, it's permanent until I dispel the spell. It's just permanent.
Right, yeah.
Yeah.
All right,
Okay.
so you let's go ahead and roll the strength check and see what happens if he pushes you down or something at least, and then Cersei will get attention then because you've already started this train.
Yeah, I don't think I'm gonna waste my mythic surges on that.
No.
All right, so we'll say you're gonna get shoved over by Viva. You're gonna take 1d6, fall damage falling down this bleachers thing. So take 1d6 damage, just being pushed down the bleachers by Viva, who's just eager to go hurt somebody. But you see Cersei get pushed by Viva. You react immediately. You spin around to Viva, start wiggling your fingers and saying magic words. I assume you get a will save.
It's fortitude.
Fortitude
It's
save?
It's will.
Okay. Which one comes first? Is it save?
Fortitude.
So roll the fortitude save first. Yeah, it's not gonna be enough. Yours is higher than 10. So 10 plus spell level plus 1. So yeah, 18. So no. So does he still have to roll the will save or no?
No.
Only if he succeeds the fortitude.
He has to make a will save now. Yeah, so he has to roll a will save.
Then roll a will save after that. So yeah,
Yeah.
fail again. So what do you turn him into?
I don't know. Yeah, sure, a bunny rabbit.
Yeah, we have a pet bunny.
Viva becomes a bunny rabbit, and next to Viva is the black sword. And all of your clothes fall on top of you, so you're in a heap of clothing and armor right now, so the rabbit can't escape. So the rabbit is trapped underneath of Viva's armor and clothing, and the sword's there. All of Viva's stuff is there on the ground, and Viva's a rabbit stuck in that mess. Cersei and Pleek are both close enough to try and catch Viva the rabbit, but Viva the rabbit is still enraged and does still want to attack him.
I cast dominate animal.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna fuck that rabbit in the ass. All right, so you cast dominate animal. What does that do, and how does that work? What are you doing to?
Just dominate animal is what it. It didn't really go into will save.
There should be a will save, but I don't know.
Everything has a save.
So
will negates it.
And
Allows you to enchant an animal
You
with
get a
simple
mental
commands.
link and you can do special.
So you would be able to give the rabbit simple commands if this works. So yeah.
Cool. Get
So-
my bag.
So Viva gets to roll another will save to not get into Alex's bag.
14.
Jesus Christ.
Finally rolling well.
You
What's
do
he
not.
have to get?
You do not want to get in the bag.
Fuck your bag.
What's the will save level on that, Bobby?
I'm looking at it
10
right
plus the spells level
Yeah, what
plus
spell
your
level is it? Plus your caster level?
no plus your modifier.
Yeah, the modifier, okay.
now.
Can I just pick
So
Viva
spell level's
up and put him in my
I
bag?
got 3.
I mean, it's a rabbit, so I have to make Viva roll a reflex save to try to escape you grabbing
Why did you
Yeah.
Viva.
Yeah,
But
I just pick.
His is a 17 to beat.
oh, okay, then it works. Viva gets in the bag.
Alright.
You're now a rabbit in the bag. I assume you guys scoop up the rest of Viva's things, although you can't touch that sword without burning yourself. So
Yeah, leave the sword.
It's,
You can just grab it back anytime.
I'm gonna knowledge arcana on this thing.
Yeah.
all right, roll it.
Yeah.
I got 27.
All right, so yeah, you sense that this is a cursed sword of some sort. It's a strange black metal you've never seen. It does have some sort of protective magic. It is some sort of bound item that you sense is somehow linked to Viva. It's like resonating on Viva's frequency, so you sense that even now the rabbit in the bag can sense where the sword is and will be drawn back to it. But you also sense it has some sort of protective magic and can be dangerous to pick up if you're not Viva. You know enough to think it would be dumb to touch it, but but you also know enough that Viva probably really will want to come back for this.
Yep. I cast.
You can't just instantly summon it back to him?
No,
Bummer.
doesn't have. He could have added that to it at some smithy. There's that called weapon ability. That's within 100 feet though.
Okay.
But no, he'll want to come back and get it or find it wherever it is. But anyone else that touches it is going to have trouble touching it. So
Wrap it
At
up.
at least not
Yeah,
without
I
some
could-
way to block the heat.
I could have Harriet wrap it in web, shoot some web at it, and then.
Want to coat it enough web that it would be able to hold? Yeah. So you guys are holding the web and not the sword.
Yeah.
All right.
Have
So
Harriet wrap up the sword in some web webbing.
All right.
You can even drag it behind us.
Pleek agrees to have Harriet wrap up the sword in webbing, which I'll allow because you have a perform thing for Harriet.
Yeah,
So-
it's
yeah.
17.
Yeah, she's
is
fine.
my modifier
Yeah.
alone with Harriet.
So yeah, she's fine. She is able to shoot some web out of her butt and coat the sword in enough goo that you guys think it's sticky because it's webbing. But someone could carry it, or Harriet can drag it behind her butt on the web, or you can just do whatever you want with it now. Just move it to somewhere else besides the middle of the ground, I guess, and gather the rest of Viva's belongings if you want to help Viva, keep all of his stuff.
Alright, strong man, let's grab some of this stuff, because I'm not going to care.
I will say for Alec, even since this is like webbing and you're rock, if you want to,
Yeah.
you can just like slap this thing on your back and it'll stick there until the webbing wears
Alright,
off.
I'll pop it up.
All right. You now have a glued up, cursed broadsword glued to your back.
We'll lose the rest of his shit.
Yeah. Keep whatever you want, and then give whatever you want back to him whenever he's not a bunny rabbit anymore. That's you guys' call. But yeah, gather whatever you want of his belongings that you either want to give back to him later or keep for yourselves. Now it's time for the big vote, by the way. I almost forgot. I got so caught up in all this crazy stuff with Viva. We still have to vote on what happens.
No trouble.
Don't get distracted by the magic show and forget to vote. Every vote counts. We'd like your vote. So tune in next time to Long Distance Dungeons & Dragons Dinner Theater.